Hello and welcome to my floor. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about thrift shopping, which is one of the greatest things in the entire world and also one of my favorite things to do. I'm going to try to divide this video into two parts. So one part will be like clothing and fashion items and like accessories and stuff like that. And this half will be VHS, DVD, and CDs. I'll start with my favorite thing personally, which is VHS. A lot of people think that it's really strange to collect VHS for some fucking reason, but I personally love VHS because I love the quality and sound difference. It's like a lot worse, but I kind of like that. I kind of like when the tape is like getting old and busted and it like makes static in the screen. It makes me feel a really great nostalgia deep down in my bones. I'm also going to try my hardest to remember the prices I paid for all of these, but some of them I have forgotten. So the first one is my big VHS, which is a Disney VHS. It's A Nightmare Before Christmas. I honestly love the VHS of this because it's the original version, because when you buy a copy of this movie nowadays, you never know if it's going to be digitally remastered or not, and I like to see the strings on the puppets. Next up, we have a very strange copy of The Addams Family. I love this movie. It's great. It's like a really good feel-good movie that makes me feel like I have a place in this world. This is from McDonald's. Like, what? Did they sell VHS at McDonald's at one point and I just don't remember? This one is another 90s movie. It's called Bats. If you can't read upside down. Oh, I forgot to do prices. I'll start on that. I mostly got this VHS because of the outside. I really like how it looks. And then I watched it and I'm like, wow, this is amazingly horrible. I love it. It was $2. Next up we have one of my childhood classics, one of my favorites from when I was a kid, The Princess and the Goblin. This is from it's from Hungary or something, but it's like a really awesome movie. The next we have yet another classic. Aren't they all? The Crow. Unfortunately, my copy of this VHS skips right when the Nine Inch Nails song starts to play. I love this movie because I did special effects in school, and this is like a very, very relevant movie for special effects and safety. I have this one. I haven't watched this yet, but I know it's a Stephen King VHS, and it's also an X-Rental, and I love X-Rentals for some reason. I don't know, some people love X-Rentals, some people hate them, but they give me the nostalgic feeling that I'm searching for. How amazing is that? It's got the jumbo video stickers still on it. I'm saving it. I want to watch it on a date night, even if it's bad. I got this one for $1. Next up we have a classic once again. This was $1. This is in insanely good condition. There's a little bit of wear in the top of it. What a find. Another great movie, Girl Interrupted. It's in really good condition too. I haven't watched my VHS copy like this one yet, but it is a good movie. I paid $1 for this one as well. Ooh, getting lipstick everywhere. Yet another classic. I feel like all of these are going to be classics. Interview with the Vampire. This has the extended interview and commentary at the beginning of it, and unfortunately in VHS you can't skip scenes, so you have to sit there and watch the movie before you watch the movie. Personally, I like this movie better than Interview with the Vampire, Queen of the Damned. It's Korn music. If you like Korn, I recommend it. This was also $1. Another $1 find. How do I find them? This insanely good condition copy of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It is so hard to find horror VHS, and that is my favorite thing to collect. So when I saw a VHS copy of Silence of the Lambs, I was like, and it was $1 as well. How can you pass something up like that? Netflix, I don't need you, girl. I got this. Next up, and final on our VHS shebang, is Sleepy Hollow. This is my most recent one. I've only seen this movie a couple times, but you know, Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci, and Christopher Walken, How can you say no? Alright, now on to DVDs. We're just zooming right through this, or maybe I've lost track of time, it's very hard to say. First on DVDs is Army of Darkness. That's all I can really say about it. We've all seen Army of Darkness. This one was $2. The Amityville Horror. This is one of the first horror movies I ever watched, and it scared the living daylights out of me, and I loved every second of it. I grew up in like a Catholic household. I always thought the walls were gonna start bleeding, and this was $4. Another scary movie that scared the bejesus out of me is The Descent. I have no idea why. It made me feel like really claustrophobic, but why not do that to yourself on purpose? Johnny Darko. Everyone loves this movie, how can you not? This is the not director's cut version. I don't like the director's cut personally because they take out some of the best songs in the movie and replace them with terrible songs. The Killing Moon, they just completely cut it and put in some like dumb like music, and I don't like that. This one was a little bit more expensive for like used items, but this is one of my all-time favorite movies and it is still in the slipcover. So I couldn't really say no to it. I've been looking for a copy of The Exorcist forever, so when I found it I was like, I don't care how much I'm paying for it, that's mine. And my last DVD here, my DVD pile is much smaller, is 13 Ghosts. The makeup in this movie is incredible. Ooh, we're really getting down there, man. We're down to CDs right now. So I have like a very like strange music taste, I would say. It like really ranges like widely, and not all of these I got from thrift stores. Some of them I got on eBay, but I did get all of them used. So the first one here is Good Morning by Alkaline Trio. This album is amazing. I love Alkaline Trio, guilty pleasure, although is pleasure really all that guilty? I don't feel guilty. Bless you, Matt Skiba. I got Crimes by the Blood Brothers. I can't remember the prices of any of these, so sorry. Takes me back to being emo, and there's nothing like that. I found this one at a thrift store, From Cradle to Enslave, and I was like, ugh. And it was like $2. I was like, you don't even know what you're giving away. The next week, they had an amphetamine, and I was like, mine. We have The Cure, so there's a couple of CDs by The Cure. First we have Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, which is a great album. I mean, all of The Cure's albums are pretty great. Disintegration, said by South Park to be the greatest album of all time. One of The Cure's like happier, maybe? Is that wrong? One of their happier albums though, I got Wild Mood Swings. I found this one for really cheap, so I was like, why not? It's whole. So I got Celebrity Skin. This one I got on eBay, and it still had the sticker on it, so I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's Humid Teenage Mediocrity. They're like early recordings of Jack Off Jill's music, and it has Crinkle on it, so hands down, had to buy it. It was $10, which is like, that is my limit. Bit much. Why did I do it? 'Cause I had to. Then I have Brute by KMFDM. I feel like KMFDM has so many albums. Next we have Korn's self-titled album. This one was oddly cheap as well. I was like, how does this happen? Copy of Marilyn Manson's Lunchbox single. Oh my god, it was $10. Steep, like I said earlier, but I love lunchboxes, so I had to buy it, and I love that song. Next album we got is The Land of Rape and Honey by Ministry. This album is so weird, but it's so good. Listen to it front to back. I found this CD for $2. I was like, The Downward Spiral for $2? I mean, it's not in perfect condition, obviously, but for $2? The CD like changed a generation. I don't know how to say the name of this. I'm gonna try. Merdenam. It's A Perfect Circle. This is my favorite album by A Perfect Circle. Here, the CD is Portishead. I've never listened to Portishead all that much, but I saw this on the shelf and was like, I could get down to some like Another one I got on eBay, but I got it for a really good price, is First, Last and Always by the Sisters of Mercy. When I found Floodland on CD in like a physical copy, I near about crapped my pants. And now for our very last CD in the Grand selection is another emo throwback, the Used first CD. I actually love this CD. That's everything. Thank you for watching, and that's about it.